welcome to Tattletale. Here's today's story. She was just the janitor. Then she found a secret that could get her killed. Most people don't notice the janitor. That's the first thing you learn when you work nights in a place like this: polished marble floors, glass walls, the kind of silence that hums with money. I move through the law firm's corridors like a shadow, mop in hand, badge clipped to my belt, invisible to the suits who stay late. They're too busy arguing over contracts and settlements to see me emptying their trash. Tonight, the city outside is a blur of rain and neon. I like the quiet, the way the world narrows to the sound of my footsteps and the soft swish of the mop. It's honest work, even if it's not what I dreamed of. But dreams are expensive, and my brother's lawyer wants a retainer I can't afford. I'm halfway through the 22nd floor when I find it, a keycard, half buried under a pile of shredded documents in the corner office. It's black, unmarked, heavier than it looks. Next to it, a folded note, for when you're ready. I look around. The office is empty, the city lights reflected in the window. My heart thuds. I should turn it in. I should pretend I never saw it. But I slip the card into my pocket, the note too. Curiosity is a dangerous thing, but so is desperation. I finish my shift with the keycard burning a hole in my pocket. Every time I pass a security camera, I wonder if someone's watching. By the time I clock out, my nerves are frayed. I tell myself I'll throw it away. I don't. At home, my brother is asleep on the couch, the TV flickering blue across his face. He looks younger when he sleeps, like the kid I used to protect from bullies. I tuck a blanket around him and sit at the kitchen table, the keycard and note in front of me. For when you're ready. I'm not ready. But I will be. The next night, the keycard is still in my pocket. I tell myself I'm just curious, that I'll look and then forget about it. But I know that's a lie. I wait until the building is nearly empty, the last of the lawyers gone, the security guard nodding off at his desk. I clean the offices on autopilot, my mind on the card, the note, the possibilities. On the 24th floor, there's a door I've never seen open. No nameplate, no window. Just a black reader beside the handle. My hands are sweating as I swipe the card. The light blinks green. The lock clicks. Inside, the air is cold and still. The room is small, lined with filing cabinets and a single desk. On the desk, a laptop glows, waiting. There's a folder beside it, thick with documents. I close the door behind me, heart pounding. The laptop isn't locked. There's a single file open, a spreadsheet, names and numbers, payments and dates. I don't understand most of it, but some names I recognize: clients, politicians, people in the news. There's a second folder, labeled Insurance. I click it open. Photos, emails, scanned contracts. Blackmail material. Enough to ruin lives. I hear footsteps in the hall. I freeze, listening. They pass by. I breathe again. I copy what I can onto a flash drive I find in the desk drawer. My hands shake, but I keep going. I don't know what I'm looking for, only that I can't stop now. When I leave, I make sure the door locks behind me. The keycard goes back in my pocket. I finish my shift, every sound magnified, every shadow a threat. At home, I plug the flash drive into my old laptop. The files are all there. Evidence. Proof. Enough to get my brother out, maybe. Enough to get me killed, definitely. I don't sleep. I watch the sunrise through the kitchen window, the city waking up, and wonder what I've started. The day drags. I go through the motions: coffee, laundry, checking my phone for messages that never come. My brother wakes up late, rubbing his eyes, asking if I've heard anything from the lawyer. I lie and say no, not yet. He doesn't need to know what I found. Not until I know what to do with it. At work, I keep my head down. The building feels different now, every hallway a potential trap. I catch a partner watching me as I empty his trash. He smiles, but it doesn't reach his eyes. I wonder if he knows. If any of them do. I spend my breaks in the stairwell, scrolling through the files on my phone. There's enough dirt here to bury half the city. I find a folder with my brother's name, case notes, emails, a scanned police report. There's a memo, keep him quiet. He knows too much. My hands go cold. This isn't just about money. It's about survival. I start leaving the building a different way each night. I watch for cars that follow, faces that linger too long. Paranoia becomes routine. I stash the flash drive in a locker at the bus station, just in case. A week passes. I get a call from a blocked number. A woman's voice, calm and precise. You have something that doesn't belong to you. I don't answer. She hangs up. My heart hammers. I know now, I'm in the game, whether I want to be or not. That night, I find an envelope taped to my apartment door. Inside is a single photograph, me, at the secret room's door, the timestamp circled in red. Underneath, a note, let's talk. I stare at the photo for a long time, the edges crumpling in my grip. Someone's been watching me. I check the hallway, empty, quiet except for the hum of the elevator. My hands shake as I lock the door behind me. I want to call the police, but what would I say? That I broke into a secret room and stole evidence from the people who run this city? I toss the envelope in the trash, but the image burns in my mind. The next day, I find another note in my locker at work. An address, a time, midnight, rooftop. No signature. I spend the day in a fog, jumping at every sound. My brother asks if I'm okay. I tell him I'm just tired. He believes me. He always does. At midnight, I climb the fire escape to the roof. The city sprawls below, lights flickering in the mist. A woman stands by the edge, her coat pulled tight against the wind. She doesn't look surprised to see me. You're braver than I thought, she says. Her voice is the same as on the phone, calm, precise. Or more desperate. I keep my distance. What do you want? She smiles, but it's thin, brittle. You have something that could ruin a lot of people. That makes you valuable. Or dangerous. I clench my fists. I just want my brother cleared. That's all. She studies me, eyes sharp. You think it's that simple? The people you're up against don't play fair. They don't lose. I swallow. Then why are you here? She glances at the skyline. Because sometimes, even the powerful need leverage. I can help you, if you help me. I hesitate. Help you how? She steps closer, lowering her voice. There's a file missing from what you took. Something called Project Atlas. Find it. Bring it to me. In return, I'll make sure your brother walks. And you disappear, clean. I want to say no. I want to walk away. But I think of my brother, the fear in his eyes, the way he clings to hope. I nod. She hands me a burner phone. I'll be in touch. The next week is a blur of nerves and late nights. I search the secret room again, careful, methodical. I dig through the firm's archives, the basement records, the digital files I copied. Nothing. Project Atlas is a ghost, no mention, no trace. I start to wonder if it's a trap. Meanwhile, the pressure mounts. My supervisor starts asking questions about my schedule. I catch a man in a suit watching me from across the lobby, his gaze cold and unblinking. My brother's case is suddenly, inexplicably, delayed. The lawyer stops returning my calls. I barely sleep. I eat in snatches, always looking over my shoulder. The woman calls every night, her voice a lifeline and a threat. Keep looking, she says. You're running out of time. One night, I find a clue buried in an old email chain, an encrypted attachment, referenced only as Atlas. The email is from a partner who died last year, A car accident that never made sense. I tracked down his old office, now used for storage. The door is locked, but I've learned how to pick locks in the dark. Inside.